Welcome back, everyone. Finally, after that long break, I hope you took a well-deserved nap to rest up because we have one more game ahead of us. It's going to be some more exciting battlegrounds to round out the night. Again, unfortunately, we did miss game number 3, but the results are in from it. MLGB took first place. They were recently sitting at around 10th to 12th, and this has skyrocketed them up to 6th place in the current standings. So again, MLGB in first, Luminosity came second, and then Nova in third, followed up by Totality and Pecadores in fourth and fifth, respectively.
Yeah, and bringing that into the final scoreboard, you got Tempo Storm sitting up there, chilling in first place. Pecadores as well in second place, and Nova in third. And we didn't get to see much of Nova in game 2. I think they got, what was that, 15th?
15th.
Or something. So it's a little disappointing that a couple of the teams that we get to see too much of it, they're actually at the top of the scoreboard. But at the very least, there's a significant difference in points between the top 3 and everyone else beyond them. So Nova, Pecadores, and Tempo Storm have been doing a great job tonight.
Hey, Nova, they may have gone 15th in round 2, but they got first place round 1, if you don't remember, and then third in round 3, so they've definitely been showing up. Unfortunately, like I said, we missed game 3, so we didn't exactly see how it came out, but they are deserving of this spot in number 3 right now, and they're not too far behind Pecadores, so if they pull out another good game to finish us off, and especially Pecadores kind of falls in on themselves, they could overtake that, and maybe even overtake Tempo Storm, because they are only 35 points behind. Looking at how our round points are laid out, that's not that hard to overcome. But they're going to have a good game, and Tempo Storm going to have a bad game. Tempo Storm, currently in first place, definitely as well the favorites to win this, because with the third and the first, and then an 8th, it's a little to look at, but definitely third and the first is a very good first 3 games of the series.
Of the group, I'm probably the most worried about Nova. They seem to be a very inconsistent team, or maybe like an all or nothing team, because when they place well, it's like just using this particular game, but also like keeping their history in mind. They seem to go with strats that, like, if they win the fight for the thing, then they're in a great spot, like, tactically to translate that into in a good late game position, or they'll just die for that spot. Just all of them. So I'll be looking forward to see how they play here. Already we're seeing them drop Alone and Severny, so the early game is looking pretty good for them. They'll be able to get themselves kit up for no risk at all. If if the zone pops north, they'll have first dibs on wherever that will be, if it is to the north side. But meanwhile, talk about the plane. It seems to his favor a north to south-ish sort of flight plan, with quite a few teams already able to either find vehicles or find early areas for themselves to loot. We see Vexel right there heading over west, sensibly to the Ferry Pier and or Primorsk area. Primorsk currently empty, is just waiting to be picked by some team around here. But I just saw the circle pop, and I'm pretty sure that is a military circle, Cammy.
Yeah, I guess another one to round us out. And ooh, Geisha. Geis. If I repronounce that. This is an NA team, so it could be anything. Who knows? But in any case, does find a missile vehicle, avoids their run over from the team that he's currently contesting with. We did see this plane, as far as all the planes that we saw, was the most fair, the most easy plane, which is why we saw a pretty decent spread of everyone across the map. If you want to compare what this map looks like right now compared to the other previous games, very few teams are a little split up. We do see EG split up in 2 spots, 2 in the compound east of Razog, and then 2 in the compound north of Pachinki. So they're a little split up, a couple of squads in between their position, but Nomi in a vehicle. I wouldn't be surprised if he is making his way down to the circle right off the bat.
I mentioned this before, but I said I was a little bit worried about Nova, if whether or not they would be able to place well here. They seem to be an inconsistent team, yada, yada, yada. They're currently as far away from the white as it gets. They're in Severny right now. And unless they pull out some Tempo Storm crap like we saw previously, I don't know if they're going to be able to get safely out of Sosnovka. Like, they're either going to swim it, drown, try to gun across some bridges when it's being watched. They have a long road ahead of them, but at the very least, they have a few minutes while they're looting to think about it.
Yeah, this circle isn't So I'm looking at the circle, and the east bridge is definitely risk of being camped. The west bridge is potential of getting camped.
A little
I
bit
don't expect it'll
less,
be
I
too
guess.
big. Yeah, because the camping spot is not in the zone, so they can't camp. If anyone wants to camp that traditional camping spot, they can't camp it for too long. But someone could still do it in the meantime, and that's always a big struggle when you're trying to make your way across. I could imagine themselves actually finding a boat either on the north coast or even swinging over
Oh
towards
my
the east
goodness.
coast to find a boat and slowly make their way in. But
These guys are alone looting military are also getting blessed with not only the military loot, but also an M24. Not an insane crate, but as long as they get a scope for it, they're definitely just blessing this extra injection of loot. Completely uncontested. Ox over here with the M4 and the Scar. Probably gonna be dropping one of those two guns for it. Just looking at the ground, blessing the feat of which he stands. If you're gonna get two rifles, there's like a bolt action comes on top of your head. There's absolutely no reason to take that. He's definitely feeling happy about that.
yeah, we even saw that he definitely had at least a 4x on to use. And it's military based, so I'm sure they're gonna find an 8x somewhere, at least one of them.
Looking like Evil Genius making their way across the Eastern Bridge. A couple players taking boats as well, so playing it very safe early on. They will be coming across Dash here soon, though, and him and his team, I believe this is Render, are actually in Nova right now. Dash not in the correct spot to get too many shots out. Not onto the first player, but we will be able to fire his P92 at Watts. If I were him, I actually wouldn't have fired those shots.
Yeah.
If I'm shooting with a pistol, just being and I'm Lush, I'm thinking that guy only has a pistol. Maybe I should go back and snag that 3 helmet that he had. But nah, Dash will be heading back towards his team. More and more teams will be driving on here, and anyone who decides to take a fight against him will probably be pleasantly surprised. But considering the nature of the bridge camp, usually in this scenario, don't really fight the bridge campers.
Vegas, he went the same route, swinging in towards the right, which is the usual route when you go across that bridge to avoid the camp. For a second, he actually is going up the hill. He may be going up the hill directly into Evil Genius's, but something gives it away, and then he turns around and tries to go back over towards the coast. Oh, that's a rocky hill. He's fine. Sticks the landing. Give it, not entirely. It takes a little bit of damage, but 8 out of 10.
Crouch jump of victory. Or the crouch waddle.
But EG, they are doing a greedy split once again.
They always do.
They always do a greedy split.
Oh my god, you actually, I didn't see that until now. Yeah, a couple of guys on the radio tower, a couple more going west to try to prevent people from the water coming in. This is so greedy. And now Dash has found himself not only one gun, but 2 guns, Cammy, is actually still taking shots at passing cars. The rest of his team's in Novo. So it's sort of like a pseudo gatekeep, right? Like sometimes you, like when you're looting a city that's occupied, you'll have one guy back to get the squad at bay, and then you'll have the rest of your team looting. Dash is kind of doing that, just saying, hey, no one come to the crossroads. I want there to be an open avenue for my team to come over and maybe get a spot a little bit closer to the middle. I can definitely see the reasoning for Dash playing here. It was just a little nerve-wracking to begin with, watching him just shoot passing cars with pistols is all.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about how if you're one person holding a compound, you are at risk of getting engaged upon 4v1, but with the way that people usually cross bridges, especially not all together so they don't all get sprayed down by one crossfire, there is less chance of that. It's still a possibility. In fact, E United are stopping on top of that hill, so they could decide to, hey, it's just one person down there. Let's now, once we're all grouped up, let's turn around. But we're going to see if that comes into play later on. As of now, should be safe, or at least safer than trying to be an individual holding a compound that's on the main island without the bridge affecting play in that way.
I feel like I haven't seen a 249 in a while, man.
I think I saw one earlier this morning.
At least they still exist. That's good. I miss it.
They're still in the game.
See a lot of Augs today.
Yeah, there actually have been a lot. I think it was game 2 or game 1, one of the first 2 games that we saw. I think I saw one M249 on the field, but we didn't even see that in the crate. That was a sneaky crate that we missed. It was all Augs in the crate. All Augs and all Grozas.
Well, we are at the time in the military zone where teams are deciding the way in which they cross the body of water. No one actually drives across the bridges anymore. That's what the boring squares do. Sealer Green, Imase making the way across, swimming their way over. We saw a couple other guys on the west side grabbing some boats. This crate, I don't think anyone grabbed it. Probably just going to be left to the wolves. I don't think that anyone, except for maybe Light Show, will be coming across this anytime soon. Nova still definitely by far the furthest north away from the zone. They're definitely just taking this sweet time. Envious as well as Vexel of Squad 15, those guys on Pecadores. coming over with a very similar route. Now Pecadores has already beached their boat and are making their way in. Looks like Vex will be following suit soon. But the question is that did Envious see this, and will they, take these beached boats as a cue to say, hey, maybe I should, or maybe I should not in this case, beach here and find a different route in? I'll be curious to see how Envious reacts to this.
I do not think they will beach on here, because even if they are able to land without being spotted, that's still a flat run over open terrain.
This is a bridge camp?
Yes,
oh my God.
This is a traditional bridge camp. This is a solo matchmaking bridge camp. K-Mine here getting a spray down. Doesn't get any knocks, but at least stops the vehicle and forces them to pop out. Gonna continue to spray down, trying to get as much damage as possible. The vehicle blows it up, so that's their vehicle gone. They still have a Dossier there for backup, but
this isn't working. What? This isn't supposed to work, Cammy.
Wait, did the car hit them? Oh, well, that car hit them.
They both died. That's not supposed to work.
Xanark and K-Mine, both with the deep bridge camp, popping off and taking out 2 members of Havoc there.
Oh my goodness.
And now they're just pulling away. They're going back into their compound. Pulling away.
Oh man, if you're Big K and Slightmares, you're shaking your fist. You are mad at that. I know I would be. Just someone just does a normal bridge camp on me. And it's easy to forget why, but yeah, that's why going across these bridges is dangerous. You're not allowed to just do that. So they'll probably have to go back and just swim.
Or go on the East Coast. There is time for them.
Yeah, or go to the
other
bridge.
Swimming.
Yeah, they even. That's not a boat, actually. That's just the water. Yet they will just have to swim this and hope that anyone who is holding this bridge forgets about their existence. The problem here is that Pentalol is holding the compound that this water leads into. It might just be a matter of time for Slightmares. They're even going for their loot. This is so greedy. I love it.
It's a free injection of loot. And, well, they haven't heard any vehicles come up just yet, but if they do have the cover of those blown up vehicles, at least, to stop them.
Oh, no.
Oh, here comes Nova. You called them out earlier as having to make a transition all the way from Severny. They're stopping here on top of the hill. Not yet inside the zone, but they want to make sure that they're scouting out any potential camps. I don't know if they're able to spot out as deep of a camp as what Duel are laying and wait for them, but they're at least spotting out that the crossroads are clear.
I saw MLGB on the map to their east a little bit, and I'm wondering if MLGB is coming this way. They do have their cars over here by these yellows. If they do follow this road, then Nova will be able to spot them on their current heading. But looking like now MLGB just getting out. This is a pretty smart strat, all considered, if they decide to stop here, or they can decide to keep going. Either way, I can see an argument for just stopping here on these yellows or on this ridge line, loot up a little bit, make sure that, okay, you're not going to get there first, so you might as well just loot up now, make sure you're as ready as you can be, have a safe spot for the first and second circle, and then solve this problem of getting across the water when it comes to it. Meanwhile, though, while they're making this strat, a couple of other teams have been able to make their way in. Ghoul, in particular, has gone for the positioning route instead of the have a helmet and loot route. You saw his bald head just on the shoreline, solo contesting boats on their way in. That is they're so greedy, man.
Here come 2 more. This 2 in this vehicle from Luminosities coming right across where Nova are waiting. They're both in the blue. But it looks like Luminosity's vehicle is making the long loop around, potentially going into the eastern bridge.
I see what Nova's doing. Nova's is also pulling out a relatively popular matchmaking strat in which the zone is set up in such a way that the next zone will not allow for bridge campers to camp that bridge. So rather than just getting shot by Cayman and his team in his squad again, they're waiting for them just to leave and they're just going to go across. I haven't seen this strat in a very long time, but the zone makes it work very effectively this time.
Well, E.G. Watts gets taken out of by Ox. Gets taken off of his bike. And that's a nice spot to camp in the military base. You don't want to camp in the base itself because there aren't that many good sight lines outside of it. But if you camp that one, I guess it's a mail office. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
like
the exterior compound on the northeast side.
But whatever, exactly, that compound. That's really good to hold and able to get a kill because of it. And actually, Uncivil's here, who is still in the middle of the base. It's a little bit of a spread for map control. Does have a little bit of an angle on Cloud 9, spots them silhouetting over the top of that hill.
No scopes, though, and it looks like he took the right on off the Scar and put it on the SKS. So all the right weapons, none of the right attachments. Ooh, a big fight breaking on the southeast side. Looks like we're just showing up at the end of it. I saw a car moving empty. Yeah, we know exactly what happened here. Looks like Envy found a Dacia that was traveling alone without its family. Is it gonna hit the ocean? Oh no.
No.
Oh. Oh man, it would have been really funny. There's no evidence of that at all, but the Dacia would have
The evidence
crashed
is gone.
the shoreline.
So Nova, yeah, they got one player making their way in. Could be coming across where
Yeah,
Squad
Lux-
4 Duel have reset up on that hill. Depends on what direction he wants to turn, but no, he's going to go straight down that road. Actually, go
All
up on
right.
the west hill.
Locke clears it. He's got the sidecar, taking the most dangerous car. Now his team will be able to make it in. They have been able to successfully play the game, and MLGB, seeing that it's clear, actually following Nova in, as well as Zampa and Meluk still out in the blue as well in the fair view. There's so many teams that are taking this so cautiously, and as the burning wreckages on the bridge would suggest, a lot of this caution very, very justified. And so these guys are showing up late. If they didn't play this exactly what they did, they probably would have been bridge camped as well.
But MLGB, they spotted Nova, and now they're pushed away, and they may be pushed directly into Duel setup on that hill across from them. They stop on this hill that's a little bit in between, but it's not the safest thing. They stop to take some shots onto Nova, driving off into the distance. Theorist here taking some shots off, not landing too many of them, if any at all, but it does still put pressure away from them. But now they're taking shots in return. Finally, Duel's setup launches its attack. You can see them silhouetting there on top of the hill, keeping MLGB at bay. They are still in the safe zone. There's a little bit down that hill that is inside the zone, so don't have to worry too much. But that's a second crate. That's a second crate for shoot to kill to grab here.
What is it this time? Did they already grab it, I wonder? Yeah.
They grabbed the ammo.
Groza! How can you not take a Groza? Oh my goodness.
Could be the same thing of like they just know the spray pattern of, oh, whoa, there's another fight breaking out. Let me hold out thought. Rush Soko getting a kill and just the kill. As well as the full down.
He's dead.
Yeah, that's
super dead.
Well, now Dash is here by himself. No teammate help him out there from Render Esports. And Filthy here on top of the hill with a nice angle to help his teammates push in onto him. Dash 32 hiding inside the gas station. Really not many places, if any at all, that he can try and retreat to.
Yeah, not exactly the most defensible location. This for many reasons. He's trying to peek through this boarded up window. Very awkward to shoot through that one is. But Rush, he's in a 1v4. Look in the bottom left. He has no teammates left. It is just Dash here, who is holding the crossroads, or at least the gas station on the crossroads. The push is coming out onto him now, though. They're pushing into the gas station. He's holding the front desk. I don't see him getting out of this. He's trying to wrap around from the back, actually avoiding everyone. And now he's the one that's gatekeeping them inside. But Billy spots him out. Now he's forced inside, but catches one player off. He doesn't reload, does not get the kill, and then they all roll up right on him. Not quite able to secure that kill. Some very sneaky footwork from him, but it does not result into anything but his death.
What a circle. Next circle reveals itself, and it is directly over military base. This is a little bit of a double-edged sword for Shoot to Kill, which was the team that had looted up this area and had taken control of the compound to the northeast of it, because not only they have good control of it if they can maintain it, the downside is that everyone's going to be driving in onto their position. You can even see those two members, Team 12, right on your map, actually leaving that spot to get closer to their teammates to better defend themselves against the rushing other enemy teams.
Looks like the ATC is taken by Squad 15 Huyn, leading the way into the Pecadores there. And meanwhile, right now, Envious taking the large factory building. Looking like Venerated wants to get some shots out, though. But everyone is able to make it inside before any damage can be laid out. They'd be very surprised to see Envious actually push that. Meanwhile, on the north side, it looks like a couple of guys trying to make their way in past the crate. Frolicker and Moody kind of cut out a little bit in the open. That little fence, a bit awkward to use as cover. Wizwiki definitely having superior location. But there's a lot of angles to watch here, but they're doing a great job so far. Wizwiki not even being hit once yet.
It's hard to shoot through those chain link fences, but he does land it. He does get a drop onto a member of Cloud9 and some good damage onto another one as well, as we saw him just throw all of that out. And now Ox here on a second angle. Not as much vision onto that team going into, I don't know what you call them, the water towers? No,
they're usually bad enough that they don't even have a name yet, I don't think, to be honest.
No one goes there.
I think we're seeing firsthand why.
MLGB, they get, well, not fully taken out, but they two members at least. Looks like there's still two of them alive somewhere on the map. No, there's just one. He's on the southwest. There he is. Oh, two. That's two. They covered each other up on the main map. Please don't flame.
Please no flame.
They are, though, battered down by members of Tempo Storm as well as Duel.
Oh yeah, and that's
South
not an easy
right.
spot to move from either.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have so much trouble in the coming circles. But that's not the problem for future MLGB, future remaining MLGB, not for current one. The zone is shrinking, so that will be coming soon though. Looking like a lot of teams have preferred to just button up in the military base itself. Nova, in particular on the southeast side, being contested by Totality right now, who is currently kind of finding their way on top of this little ridge. It's looking like most teams have found themselves a home, though. That they've either determined whether or not saying, are we going to be in the base or out of the base? If you're out the base, you're definitely playing edge. Not many teams left doing that. If you're inside the base, then, well, like I said, button up because you're going to be there for quite a while.
What are your thoughts on playing the inside of military base? Because it's similar to playing inside a city, but it's not the exact same just because of the space between the buildings. So I don't know what your thoughts on that. Oh, well, why you think that over? Sela Green does get a drop onto Dat Coco, leaving Vape alone to make the run from Team 16, which is Luminosity. But he's going to be running straight into another player. I'm Big K here, lying, proning on the ground. He's the one remaining player from his team, which is Havoc. Just on the edge, just trying to snake his way through. But so is Vape. Vape's not getting Dat Coco up. There's no way he can go revive his teammate. And so he's actually eating a little bit of the blue, waiting for people watching the edge to turn their direction elsewhere before he continues his run in late. But he's going to be taking a lot of damage.
All right, I have an answer. Are you ready?
Yes, yes.
All right, so I would say that if you can find a good spot to keep a nice car nice and safe, then it'd be really good. It's not a situation right now, but if the zone did pop south, then there is a lot of open fields, and if you are in the military base and you are not in the zone, very, very hard to leave in that direction in particular. This time, though, a lot of the teams that just drove into the military base without any abandon will not be punished too hard for that this time, because this particular zone is mostly in the base and is left in these hills to the north, which you will not get punished for playing on foot.
Yeah, but actually not that many people playing on those hills, partly because they were actually relatively north of the previous circle, but because this circle continued to swing up in that direction, we're going to see if anyone wants to go take those positions right now. The thing is, it may be a little bit harder to transition if you're in the military base, especially. We're looking at Team Rush right now.
Speaking of hard transitions.
But yeah, look at her. Yeah, Envy here, Caden specifically with the sightline onto them. I'm pretty sure they're not the only team watching this team. You know, to spray them down. Nova also taking a couple of shots.
Oh, wow.
As well.
Barely even a pixel visible, but still hitting with a 2x M4 right there. Rush definitely getting punished for their lemming strat, just all kind of running in a line. Losing one player from that. Not a real option to transition away from this either. You know, United to their north, there's Envious to their west, Nova to their south. If you're Rush, then you showed up a little bit late to the military base, and I think you're consequently out of options right now. Probably gonna need some smokes to get out of this one. Some really good ones at that.
They can just get sprayed through. It's not a run from one piece of cover to the next. It's a run along cover from the other directions, not the angles that you need protection from. But now there's actually multiple shots through as Nova. They've made a few people angry. It looks like Envy and a couple other teams are shooting in on their position. Blue's also
super screwed.
That they're currently lined up at. Yeah, they're not in the safe zone. Blue's coming in right at their back, and they're going to make an empty open field run of their own. Rush, going back to them, they've actually decided to change up their target. They're now going to run up over to the hills using the help of smokes, but they're going to hope that a little bit of soft terrain is enough cover for them to get to a little bit of safety, and they are able just barely to edge inside the safe zone. It looks like are going to come up against United right in this building that was recently left, or at least previously left by Shoot to Kill. But United, what Vegas specifically was just shooting through that smoke, so they know something's up. They know a team will be making the way over this hill at some point. Already covering that, actually, having a lot of good game sense right there. Meanwhile, I think Nova losing most of their players in that movement across the open field. West side, meanwhile, MLGB just getting demolished as well. Aloe, the only one up prone in this little parking lot. It is pretty hard to cover all this, so if you're Znark and the rest of those guys on Duel, you're probably not too keen on actually clearing that. Just let them move when they gotta move, and it'll solve itself. North side, though, looking a little spicy right now. A lot of solos left up here. Yeah, actually, I was wrong when I said earlier that I'm Big K was the last remaining member of this team, but I'm correct in saying it right now because... Nope, still wrong. I'm still wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw... Who is that? No, that's Team Ignite PUBG in between them. So I think I just assumed that he was No, it is 2 solos, but they are quite separated with a full squad in between them. But Vape is a solo player.
Correct. You have read the numbers properly, my friend.
Yes, I am good. I can read a minimap, I can read what is on my screen, and I can relay that to you, our viewers, who I'm assuming are blind. That's why I'm reading.
Dang, dude. Toxic.
Coco gets taken down.
Filthy has found the only tree, the only bit of cover that his entire squad has been able to use, by the way. And it looks like their initial route into the military base was the proper. Wait, hold on. Slimers is prone in the bush. He hit him. He touched him.
He slid along the
wall. No, don't do it. There's a squad behind you. Oh no. Oh, Lightshow saw it happen too. It is gonna be right on him, taking him down. Slightmares. He should have just let him go, man. Got so he touched him. You saw him collide, move a little bit left, and didn't even stop. But he took the shot anyway. Slightmares, come on, man.
Maluk, here from Tempo Storm. He's alone. He lost all his teammates on their way into the middle of the military base, and he is now sharing
How did he get here?
A building with what team is that? That's Totality.
Last time I saw Maluk, his squad was getting demolished on the east side, so I don't even know how he got here, but very impressive nonetheless. Totality here in their building. I'm not sure if they're looking for him or what.
Urban warfare for you.
Yeah, he's going to be relying on them to keep him safe. Meanwhile, I'm BK, and
he sees him. Bye.
The king of the solos.
Vape is out. Luminosity is out in 14th place. And I'm Big K, as he said, is he's not the only solo remaining, but he's the only solo remaining on this side.
The king of the solos on the northwest side.
Yes, king of the solos on the northwest side, specifically on this particular square.
It's a long
wait,
title.
he's getting shot. No! Where's Mickey? With the 4X.
He's so
had sights on him. He's going to continue to see him. That's a nice shot to end it all off on.
It's a very pointed throw in that one.
Nomi here from Evil Geniuses, trying to sneak forward, doesn't have a helmet, taking a lot of damage, at least like to his resources, rather, and has one teammate left, it looks like, to his east.
United spotting out from the southeast, though, means that he's not going to be able to move on too easily, but Mortify going right over, he's not looking, no helmet as well. He does spot him a little bit, snapping to him, taking him down. Lightshow might be able to get the revive, Mortify still on the crest of that hill, and now getting shot in the back. Nomi, you gotta go, man.
The tree just barely adds a little bit of cover from Adam Dids with the M2. Oh, no, tree!
United got him that time.
There he goes. I believe... No, Ghoul is still up. But so is Lightshow. Now,
technically.
Yeah. United still control of that northeast compound. Half of it is going to get cut on the blue in the meantime, but the continued control as late as possible to have as many angles onto that hill for as long as possible.
A lot of solos have managed to sneak their way into this one. There's mostly a lot of high-powered squads and a lot of solos. Ghoul is now no longer one of them, and neither is Aloe. So a lot of them getting taken out as we speak. And this is really resulting in a lot of squads claiming edges of the zone. Lightshow probably meeting the same fate as all of his solo brethren. The new zone popping will be favoring the south side as well. Lightshow barely making it in, but there is a squad to his south that is, for some reason, of all their guns trained on that particular direction. Meluk, one of the only solos left in the Totality-controlled barracks building. Totality will have to leave, though, and go east or south, which leaves him with the predicament of, do you follow them in? Actually, not even do you follow them in. How do you get out of this is the really big question. How do you survive this situation as Meluk?
You hope you're not spotted and come in behind them. I hope he has enough meds, because he's probably going to eat a little bit of blue, depending on how early or late Totality leap. Nop here from Team Totality, peeking outside that window, trying to look into the crates area, the barrels area just south of him, see if he can't maybe open up some access. But it is duel. Another big squad with control.
Okay, so I think this is a really important fight right now. United versus Envious. So Envious currently holding the factory building, which leads into a small section and is in the center of the zone. If Envious can keep their east side covered and not let United in, then they will be able to mostly fight to their front without worrying about their eastern flank. But look, this is getting spotted out from the south. I think this Venerate taking those shots as well as Check Shooter, but the smokes do allow them to make their way in. Caden is holding this doorway though, and getting some fallout of sprays will be taken on Vegas, but I'm not sure if he spotted that player that made their way right to this wall. I don't think that he knows Tony V is there.
Yeah, it's hard just because of all the smokes that were laid out, but now Tony V, snake in the grass, and can pounce onto Envy when they're least expecting it. behind enemy lines. And if he deals enough damage, even if he does fall, that will help the rest of E United make their way inside the safe zone and potentially take control of this important building.
The shrink's coming in, though. It has to be soon. A lot of these teams on the edge just taking their sweet time. They gotta go soon, but there aren't too many clear options. But United have been able to mostly make the best use of that smoke. Vegas, when the last one's up, just making his way in, taking those stims, trying to get as much health as he can squeeze out of it. One player going down in the movement, though. Venerated getting himself shot. They have not gotten a single kill onto Envious during this push, just barely hanging on with prone strats and smoke grenades. But now Vegas, the last one up with a dissipating smoke cloud. Spotted by Caden. Quick spray will take him down.
Caden takes a little damage in return. Don't exactly know where that was from. I'm assuming it's going to be on the south side of the circle. Oh, that was check shooter, actually. Maybe his own teammate shot him. Okay, never mind.
Whoops. All right, Maluk is gone for blue tanking strats. He's currently frustrating, just trying to milk as much time as he thinks he can. Totality is right there. They will be able to hear him if he comes out, but they might have bigger problems on their hands. As to their northeast, there's shoot to kill, keep contesting that one. Meanwhile, on the east side, looks like United having a hugely hard time. Tony V getting spotted up from somewhere and leaving only Geis up. And now he's got to go, and he's just going to be another one of the many solos that are in this game trying to hide behind bigger squads.
It's going to be close if he makes it in, but now he's going to have to get in the cover
right
quickly.
Oh, there he goes.
Totality peeks out just at the right time. And actually, no, it was another player that took him out. I think it was Ox, actually, from the right. Yeah, so it wasn't even Totality that cleared him. It was Ox here from Shoot to Kill. Also,
oh man, look at this zone. Not a single building and a little bit of that factory, but a lot of this dead ground. Actually, right here, I'm definitely looking at the spot Duel currently has. It's going to be a little bit awkward to leave, but if the zone plays nice, they might be able to use the sort of ridge as cover.
That's United taking a lot of damage. Actually, that's completely down and out. They dealt some damage to Envious in return. In fact, there's only 2 of them left. One of them is just now getting revived, so that's going to be a strain on their resources depending on how many they have left. I think Envious didn't have too much combat leading up to this, but they're going to have more right in front of them, because here comes Pecadora, Squad 15 just to their south, contesting this factory hold. It's not that important of a building anymore because it's not going to be in the next safe zone, but it is still going to be an attack on their forces.
Shrink coming in, forcing all these teams in. It is a relatively slow circle movement here, but ooh, solid FPS prone, spotting out Adam Dead's getting a little bit of damage onto him. He is holding this angle as best he can, going for prone strats, doing a really good job of avoiding damage and grenades. Just look at all these cheeky little spots that are being found, you know, prone strats, just keyholes, using the bushes as concealment and cover, doing a very good job right now, but oh no, this is horrible. Pentalol getting fragged as everyone just peeks up from the high ground, gunning them down. Zark brought low, came in one shot as well. They have very little time left to live, and Totality just completely and utterly obliterating those fellas in the low ground.
That I didn't see why they went to that low ground. I also don't know why anyone would ever go to the low ground
until it didn't.
In the true. In the meantime, Cloud9, they take a little bit of get one drop in return for their own, but Frexus looks like he is going to be able to get picked up, and there's Frolicker on the side as well. A little bit of crossfire, and I think Cloud9 are actually all in the safe zone, at least in the meantime. While we were talking, though, I think that Envious versus Pecadora's fight did play out.
I'm pretty sure Pecadora's is dead now.
But so is Envious.
What happened? Oh, man. A lot of squads died that one. Only 7 alive, with 1 being down, actually. Salt FPS getting finished off. Ox, you're not quite in. There you go. Finding one of the only bits of cover left in this zone. This little overturned van with 3 teams up and 6 alive total. We have the 3-man on the north. We have Frolicker alone on the east, and Totality, I think that is on the southwest side with a 2-man. The zone definitely favoring Frolicker and Totality. Our 3-man and Shoot to Kill have the longest way to go. And with this kind of terrain, these solos, you know, Frolicker, well, I guess these solos, just Frolicker, will be able to do a lot of damage just by holding really, really weird, unexpected angles. Totality could do the same, but it's mostly looking like they just want to play as passive as they can. I'm not sure if they can even get out right now. I'm pretty sure that behind them, the zone just completely removes all their... Yeah, they can't.
And that's a long run. That's a long run to get out as well. But they're going to have to go for something. I'd maybe suggest leave 1 behind and 1 make the run. Oh, the run's going to go.
All right.
Get around. Not too much cover, but if he's unspotted, he can get behind a little bit of
teammate definitely can't make it in.
Yeah, I think they were trading all meds, giving everything to this player. But here, Frodiker does stand up, trying to contest against shoot to kill. But actually, instead, he's going to make the run into the safe zone, find some cover that he can prone behind.
Wait, Terra's making the run too?
Yeah, Terra's making the run, but he gets knocked out actually by the play zone.
Well, shoot to kill definitely in the best spot to win this game. They're being aggressive. They might have spotted this solo player out here, and he peeks up from behind. Oh, immediately getting gunned down. Frolicker found as well, and there it is. Adam Dids, WizWiki, Ox, and Uncivils making a pretty scary looking end zone look relatively easy with a pretty tame end game. After they survived that second to last circle, it was just like a solo, and technically a solo, but someone who suddenly got wet feet on totality felt like they didn't want to actually go for that zone taking strat, which you can commend that, but definitely Terra would have made the run if he just made it when his teammate did. So maybe it would have been a better fight at the end, but definitely props to our #1 team, Shoot to Kill, for actually keeping all their teammates alive, or at least all but one of them alive, making a very formidable force in that end game situation.
Yeah, and once again, we actually have a low kill winner. I think we've had 2 9-kill wins and 2 10-kill wins, which are all low on the metrics. But in any case, definitely good. Congratulations to Shoot to Kill for taking this game. And most, if not all, the teams that are in the top 5 were really low on the scoreboard after the first 3 games.
It's
so
true.
This is going to upset a lot of stuff. I don't think Tempo Storm is going to get knocked out of their first place of today's game. Oh, wait, when did they go out? Yes, thank you. Where are they? Oh, they're 9th. So that's not terrible. I think they're still good unless Pecadores is over them.
We got smarter people than us doing the math, thank goodness. So
yes,
all that calculated.
Pecadores are 4th. So I think that may be just enough for Pecadores to actually come out on top and take first place after today. Nonetheless, we're not gonna have you guys hang around. Actually, because we're on an 8-minute delay, if I'm not mistaken, once you guys hear this, if you're watching this, the score should be updated online. So just go to pubg.auzom.gg. There are buttons there for the games that we're having today, as well as just the full global leaderboards. So go check it out to see what the final leaderboards were for the entirety of today. Thank you very much, everyone who stuck by our side for the longer than usual show we had tonight. I hope you had a great time nonetheless. I know I did, even through all the technical issues and delays. But in any case, that is it for me. That is it for Seal. That is it for Skyline tonight. We all thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. On Sunday, we do have Auzom Open League on broadcast as well, but Auzom Premier League won't be back until next Thursday, our regular time of NA at 8 p.m. Eastern. EU at 2 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is 8 p.m. Central European time.
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. I'm Eastern, so that's all I know. It's 2 p.m. Eastern. In any case, for the 3rd time, thank you very much for tuning in, and see you all.